Traders! Stop jumping from oscillator to oscillator when they're all telling you the same thing and pay attention to price. Bitcoin right now is sitting on one of the most important zones that we've seen in a very long time. On the higher time frames, structure looks like it's breaking. On the lower time frames, price is consolidating. And this is exactly where most traders get caught. Ethereum is also at a level where the next reaction decides whether this is just a bounce or if this is something bigger, and also where my trade entry is. You want to stick around for that. Now, instead of guessing today, I'm going to show you exactly what the charts are saying and how I'm going about this new trade in this market step by step. Let's go! Now, people, in this video, I'm going to show you Bitcoin from the monthly all the way to the intraday time frames, why the zones here are so important right now, and how I'm planning my Ethereum trade step by step with strict rules. So if you want consistent updates, make sure you're subscribed. Look, people, it's real simple. All you have to do is this. Press this button right here. And look, it's like magic. You're subscribed and it genuinely helps the channel. Now, let's try to get the likes up to 30 because really it helps out a lot. And also do me a favor. If you have any friends, share this with a trader friend. And if you got questions, let me know in the comments because I'll get to it as quickly as possible. Also, people, just so you know, I am running a public trade challenge, running this account from $10,000 to $100,000. All trades are taken on the WeX platform and everything is tracked on the Profits Precision platform. Again, you want to get into the Telegram channel, you will find the links in the description because that is where the next trade idea is and it might be in there right now, so don't miss it. Anyway, let's get into the next thing. Before we talk about the charts, we need to talk about the macro because this is important. We're getting a very strong narrative coming from the market right now. Donald Trump Jr., that's right, folks, publicly stated that he believes Bitcoin is going to $1 million. All right, we've heard this all before, but let's take a listen.
Eyes were opened when Bitcoin hit 100,000. And I can tell you a hell of a lot more eyes are going to be opened when Bitcoin hits 1 million. And I'm confident it's going to hit 1 million. I think we're all confident in this room that it's going to hit 1 million.
All right, we've heard this before, and this is great because whether you agree with them or not, statements like this matter because they shape the sentiment at key moments. Now, at the same time, Donald Trump himself, that's right, folks, is having a White House meeting today focused on the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency structure, the market structure. That's not noise. That's policy level decision making. And there's also this going on. There's a rumor circulating that claims Xi Jinping may be considering Bitcoin legalization and a potential $40 billion strategic Bitcoin reserve for China. Now, let's be clear. This is still a rumor. It's not confirmed fact, but the markets don't wait for confirmation, okay? They react to expectations. Now, hold on a second. What, Frank Yen? You know this guy? Yes, I know him. Have you been to any of his parties? No parties. Why not? Security too high. Hamadao. Oh, okay, that's what I thought. I was just checking. Anyway, but here's the thing. When you combine strong institutional accumulation, political attention at the highest level, and extreme fear present in price, you get a market that is preparing to move in a big way, one way or the other. And usually in these situations, since we're at a low, it is likely to break higher. Now, whether these headlines fully materialize or not, they reinforce one thing. Bitcoin is no longer ignored. It's being talked about at the highest levels. And historically, we've never seen such a bearish we've never been in a bearish long-term signal. Now, let's move along here and let's get into the charts. So we're going to begin with the Bitcoin monthly chart because this is where the big picture really matters. Earlier, Bitcoin was in a bullish trend. We all know that. Higher highs, higher lows, and etc. But the structure, that structure held perfectly. But the most recent higher high, price created a fair value zone around the $100,000 level, also known as a fair value gap. When Bitcoin pulled back into that zone, something important took place. And this is really what you have to pay attention to. We broke a previous higher low. And that's important. After that, price probed below the $80,000 support and eventually found support at $60,000. Right now on the monthly chart, Bitcoin is sitting at a very important decision zone. If Bitcoin does not close above a backed up monthly open, then there's a real possibility that we could see a continuation into the $50,000 or $40,000 range. Now, keep that in mind. This might sound bad, but I'm not worried because fundamentally, Bitcoin is getting stronger, not weaker. Now, when we look at the charts, right, it looks like a lot like manipulation on these charts. But we're being pushed lower so institutions can accumulate cheaper. And when you zoom out and look at the fundamentals, institutions are generally buying and adoption is increasing. Bitcoin is being integrated everywhere. So now, let's take a look at the next chart, shall we? Because we get some more details here. Now, on the 2-week time frame, the $60,000 level has been one of the most important levels in Bitcoin history. It has acted as a strong resistance, and then it flipped into a major support. And once that flip that occurred, Bitcoin went much higher. This year, we're back at the same level. And we've now seen a 50+% retracement from the low of the candle at 60,000, with price moving toward the $69,000 area. What a move, right? Now, the key question is simple. Do we get a strong close above this level, or does price fail and push lower again? To get clarity, we need to take a look at an even lower time frame. And by the way, we have a trade coming up, people, so you want to stay tuned for that. Now, before we get into all that, real quick, all my trades are tracked on the Profits Precision platform, and every real-time trade is tracked in Telegram. Now, people, do me a favor. The link is right here. You can see it right here. Make sure you click on that. Look at that. If you go there, you will get into the channel and you will see the next trade in all detail. So make sure you check that out because we use YouTube to analyze the structure, but we use Telegram for the details. All right, now let's jump over to the 8-hour time frame on Bitcoin. Now, this market was basically selling off aggressively. No supports were actually being maintained. Eventually, price reached the weekly bullish order block around 60K. I talk about this a lot, a level I always talk about. From there, Bitcoin reacted with strong bullish momentum. Now, price is consolidating. This is the phase that confuses people the most. In a bearish market, people are typically scared. And when price starts to move sideways after a bounce, just like this, they don't trust it. But technically, this consolidation is happening above a major demand zone. From a pure technical perspective, this is a strong area for potential longs, even though emotionally it feels uncomfortable. This is a place to be looking for higher lows. Keep that in mind. Now, let's jump over to Ethereum. All right, so we're going to begin here with the 8-hour time frame. Ethereum broke below a major trend line that was being maintained for a long time. This break opens the door for one more move back into the weekly bullish order block. That could also be a higher low. That's exactly the zone I'm interested in for the trade. If Ethereum taps into that weekly demand, that's where probability shifts back in favor of the buyers, right? This higher time frame context is what builds that trade area. Now, let's take a look at the smaller time frame because this is where the trade detail comes from. This is the 2-hour chart. So, earlier, price was working its way around the $2,100 level. In previous videos, I said very clearly, I'm not taking longs there. I wanted price to come back into my key level around 1960. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Price first took the sell side liquidity, right? Consumed the liquidity, then bounced, then pulled back again, creating the confusion. That kind of price action shakes people out. Don't be one of those people. My plan is simple. I have a limit order around 1960. I'm expecting price to pull back into the zone and then give a sharp move back to the upside. That is what this illustration shows here. But if my limit order is reached, then and price starts consolidating inside the zone, I will exit the trade. Why? Because the whole point of this level is that it is a high demand zone. If price doesn't react strongly from here, the setup weakens. It weakens, okay? So this is a 2-to-1 reward risk trade, and I'm risking 1% to make 2%. Very simple. It's rules-based, no emotions, no gambling, and as always, I keep everything in my Telegram channel. It's all there, okay? And the other thing is, I want to give you a quick update on my challenge, my trade challenge. I'm looking to trade my $10,000 account to $100,000. I'm not forcing trades and I'm not acting emotionally or reacting, and I'm waiting for high quality setups. That's why we have no new trades here. Nothing has changed here, right? And all of these trades are taken on the WeX platform for great fills, tight spreads, and low fees, which is what really matters in markets like this. So once the trades are taken, like I said, everything is in the Profits Precision platform. It's a great journaling platform. I really recommend you check this out for insight on your own trades. Now, everything you're seeing here, like I keep saying, is in the Telegram channel. Take a look. The link is right here. Just go into the description and take a look. That's the link. Click on that link, because in there, what I do is I put all the details for the trades, and you don't want to miss any of that. So just to recap what's been going on here. Bitcoin is sitting at a major level on higher time frames. Ethereum is at a high probability demand zone right now. Whales are actively accumulating. They're not selling. And the charts are screaming opportunity, not fear. This is exactly the type of environment where the best trades show up, not when things feel comfortable. So guys, listen, this is the thing. If I know for a fact that there's going to be a good trade coming very soon. And if you're not in the Telegram channel right now, honestly, you're missing out. That's where I put the live trades, the real time, the signals, okay, and all the details, updates as they happen, not after. So the market is setting up, the whales are buying, and the key levels, this is where price is reacting. So if you're serious about the market, join the free Telegram. Make sure you're in there and all that other stuff. All right, so people, thank you for your time. I really appreciate you being here. I will see all of you in the next one.